Yeah.
we're gonna be inside people. We're not gonna adventure. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
what, like we can't say no to this. Anyway, we like get to the cabin, we like carry all the things in. It's howling wind, blowing snow. It is like really heinous, and it's like the longest half-mile walk I've ever done. And we get there, and the wood stove is like we can get it lit, but it doesn't latch, so it's either like hot, 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 and then dies. And so it's like kind of broken, and it's 16 degrees out, and like there's slats in the walls, and it's blowing through. I would go ahead and say like Samson was just like fine during this whole thing.
Yeah.
We were able to keep him
Yeah.
cozy and warm. The wind was not pounding him in the face, but we were just up all night, and our plan was to stay there for 2 nights. We refer to it as the chrysalis, like when a caterpillar before they become a butterfly, like they like crawl into their cocoon, and if you were to like cut it open, we're like goo, and we're in the goo phase. And like that ultimately was this realization for me and Jesse, like we both of us was like, we're in this goo phase, like now we're parents, and like
Yeah.
and the adventure needs to come from like bring Samson in. It's not like strap on, dude. Like, but
Yeah.
instead, the adventure of just wandering around in the backyard is so much of an adventure for him. It's mind blowing, even though for us, oh, we're just stuck at home. And I think I'm coming around to like finding like the joys of like seeing Samson like grow and do things, and then how it's like, I mean, particularly now, 19 months old, he's like got his strider bike, he's gliding, moving all over the place, and it's like a really beautiful experience to see and observe. I think if we create the opportunity as parents, like he's gonna gravitate to it. The outdoors is a force, and I think I'm at really high risk of like shoving it in his face so hard that he hates it. And so I'm like that experience when he was like young enough to like, I think we got like a free pass. Like I don't think he hates road trips or hates going like to cabins. But if that happened, like, if I was still like trying to do my own thing and bring him along, eventually he might have like feel like I'm not interested in this at all.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I find that incredibly relatable. Like you and I are crazy people, obviously. And when my son was like 3 months old, I decided it was a really good idea to road trip to Telluride from San Diego. And he was born at sea level and got altitude sickness and an ear infection. And we wound up in the emergency room in Telluride at like 3 o'clock in the morning because we didn't have Tylenol and he had a fever. And I'll never forget the feeling of like his little hand touching my back and just feeling the heat of his fever on my skin and thinking like, oh my God, I am the worst possible human in the history of the universe. But I think without those kinds of chrysalis moments, like you say, like
mhm.
we don't emerge as the butterfly parents that we really want to be, like the types of dads that help our kids really to connect with the outdoors.